My plan for this video was to talk about vulnerable narcissists. It was going to be a little smarmy. It was going to be a little bit petty. And then I was doing my prayer and meditation before I came to Caroline to pick up my kids. And you know what I had to do the meditation on? You know what I had to do? It was on humility. Sure was. Didn't love that. God was like, okay, Miss Ma'am, that's fine if you have some stones you want to throw. And so I took a turn. I said, you know what? I'm not going to do that message today. This is the card that I drew from my Christ consciousness deck that I use to guide my devotions and my prayers. And this one was on humbleness, humility, and modesty. And I was like, okay, that's great. So I pulled some tarot cards asking all right, God, show me, through my unconscious and through your word, show me what I need to know about humility today. And here's 3 cards came out of my deck. All right, here's the first 2 that came out together. This is the 7 of Swords and the 8 of Swords. And it's okay if you don't know anything about these because I'm going to tell you. The 7 of Swords indicates deceit. It indicates people using ideas against you, using your value system, your beliefs about yourself maybe, against you. The card in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck that represents the 7 of Swords has a man running off from an encampment holding a bunch of swords, which represent ego, ideas, thoughts about yourself, right? And he's carrying them points in his hand. And so the card kind of connotes this idea of someone being hurt by the very ideas that they're trying to do harm with. Being hurt by the damage that they are trying to cause. The 8 of Swords, this right here, in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, it shows someone who is bound to a row of swords. Swords representing ideas. It means being bound up by ideas about yourself. This is a mind thing. It's like being entrapped, ensnared in your own mind. Okay. And then the one that came out separate from those 2 was the Sun, and the Sun just represents innocence, peace, happiness, bliss, prosperity, abundance. These were the people I was going to talk about today in my What is a Vulnerable Narcissist video. I was going to talk about people who hurt you on purpose, who do it through manipulation and through hurting you while yelling that they're the victim. In looking at these cards and thinking about them through the context of humility, what I realized is that these people are hurt so much worse by the things that they do, that they try to do to you, than they ever do actually to you. I've seen it over and over again this year alone. People who have tried so hard to destroy another person's well-being, their livelihood, their self-esteem, their self-worth, have tried to erode it little by little or in big, enormous, cataclysmic ways. They always end up here. They always end up here, bound up by the very ideas, kept captive by the very weapons that they wielded. Whereas you end up here. Every time. Maybe not at first, but every time. You end up here in the Sun. You can have empathy and compassion for these people, because they don't know what it's like to live in the Sun. Maybe that's where the humility comes in. Just realizing that people who move in deliberately harmful ways, they're not living a good life. And maybe there's a part of you that can find some pity, some compassion, and empathy for them there, even if they don't deserve it.